Welcome ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gordox and welcome to my first video of my first impression series. Today we will look at Halcyon 6 Starbase Commander. So what is Halcyon 6 Starbase Commander? It's a resource management game where you take command of a starbase and by building ships and create officers to travel across the galaxy and collect resources by going to different planets and battle aliens in a turn-based combat style. But first, we'll take a look at the option menu. As you see in the graphics options, we have 12 different resolutions, which have the standards, which is good. And we have full screen on and off, and bloody mess, which you cannot turn off. Lovely. In the sound and music, we have different sliders and a master to control all of them, which is good. Gameplay, we have dev mode, which, as you can see, will put your game in a stable state, so we will have it off. In the hotkeys, you cannot rebind them, which is unfortunately, but you will most likely be doing with using the space button and using your mouse. So, let's head into the game then. Welcome to this galaxy. As you can see, I have been playing for around 200 days. Each day will pass in around 3 to 4 seconds, so things will happen quite fast. So you want to pause the game as much as possible to be able to make the best strategical decision as possible. Up to the right we have our resources. We have crew, material, dark matter and fuel. And to the left we have our quick map, which are star map, starbase, ship management, ship constructions, tech research, officer quarters and options menu. And to the bottom we have our officers. I have 5 at the moment, 2 level 7, 1 level 2, 1 level 1 and 1 level 3. And to the bottom right we have our objectives, missions, notifications and our event queue, which will state how long time a ship will be ready to be deployed. So what do we have here? Here we have different planets and places we can produce resources that we need. For example, dark matter, this will produce materials, and this would to produce crew, colony to produce crew each day. And we have fuel. But to be able to collect them we need to travel to them, and that costs fuel. So you need to manage your fuel, be able to travel the distance so your fuel will not be out. As for me, I have quite a lot of fuel, so I don't have to think about it for now. As you can see, we also have dead planets, and those places do not produce anything, and those will be spawned at random at start. And also these red things here, these aliens, they will attack planets which has people that produce stuff, and they will attack them for some days. And here we can look at our missions, that this alien will attack this, and after 22 days it will become a dead planet and will no longer produce stuff. So you need to manage to attack those aliens and destroy them before they destroy a planet, and you don't have any resources to be able to produce and build stuff, and you lose. But before we head into gameplay, we will look at our starbase. So we'll head over here. So this can look kind of familiar, like in XCOM 2, where you need to explore these rooms before you can build stuff. As you can see, I have explored this room, which you can build in. But to explore, you need to assign an officer, and this will take, if we take for example this officer, which I have 3 for now, will take him 4 days to explore this room. And while he exploring it, we will not be able to use him. And while he explore and clean this room up, we will get 120 materials, and so occasionally we will battle some monsters that live inside these rooms. But for now we will not do that. When it's done, we can build stuff. we can build, for example, dark matter multiplier, which will increase our dark matter by 15% each time we complete a mission, and it will take 3 days to build, and it will cost 250 materials and 3 electricity. As you can see, we have 100 electricity and we are using 93, so we can easily build this. But when everything's up, we need to build a deuterium reactor which will increase our power supply, which we will not use for now. Over here we have our tech research, which will increase our technology. I have increased our tier to be able to create tier 2 ships, and here's all the different types of ships we can create. I have unlocked every tier 2 and tier 1 ships that are available for now. To be able to access tier 3 we need 3,600 materials and 2,400 dark matter, which I don't really have for right now. Here we have in our star bridge, we can speak to different type of aliens and make some diplomatic choices. For example, an alien come to me and said that we Terran was in debt with 40,000 materials, so I can choose to battle him over it or pay him 20 materials each day for 266 years, and at that time I paid him due to I had a weak battle cruise ship. So for now I will have to pay in 20 materials for 266 years, which is not that bad, but hey, what can you do? I don't want to die. Over here we can create our ships. Here's our level tier 2 ship. Here's another ship. Each this ship are for a different specific class, which officers can be. They can be each of them can be an engineer, science, or technical. So a scientist cannot use engineer type of ships, and an engineer officer cannot use a science ship or technical. And this different ship costs different amount. So this ship costs 160 crew members and 900 dark matter. And as you see here, these are the powers. This ship will do 83 to 161 damage and has 100% base hit, and will create crew panic at the ship. And you have the health of the ship, the aim, evasion, speed, and base damage. Over here we have our officers' quarters, where we can increase our skill tree of our officers. Each time they level up we will get a skill point, which we can use to increase one of the skills. There are 2 types of battles. There are space battle and there are ground battle. The 3 at the top are for the space, and the bottom is on the ground. If you will right click we will get more information. This is a ground combat power, and this will afflicted, which decrease the armor, and it will do 9% damage. And dump radioactive waste on your enemies may harm your own team as well. That does not sound very good. Let's see here. We can set a point here with our engineer. I will do it here in the supercharged polarity, which is a taunt attack, which will taunt attack increase your ship's threat by 200 and damage resistance by 45%. So the different classes are as following. The scientist is more like a support healer. The engineer is more like a tank, and the technical are the DPS guy. And here in a task in Officer Academy we can create more officers, and I will do it, and it will take 20 days, but if we assign this guy it will only take 12 days. As you can see here, the more you have in these bars, the more knowledge you have, and the time to find officer will decrease. So while he's here, we're not able to use him, but that's okay. There's only 12 days, so accept. Yeah, and here we can upgrade our ships. Here for tier level 1, and here for tier level 2 ships. So you need to upgrade them separately, and here it says there's for tactical ships and engineer ships and scientist ships, and they will increase different types of stuff. And you also here need to assign an officer, and it will take some time. And it also needs some requirements. For this upgrade you need to at least level 4 officer to be able to upgrade this, and it will take 30 or minus what engineering power level he has. So let's go out for some gameplay. Let's take a look at the missions. We have this guy over here that will, in 8 days he will destroy these planets, as I said earlier. So we need to deal with him. So how do we deal with him? Well, we send a ship at him. So we send a fleet against him. So what do we have? We will take my strongest crew, which is all ship. You can create new fleet. You just create here and name them, and then you just assigned a ship. This is the cargo guy. He is a slave that is level 2 science guy that will collect my research for me, because why should I send my best crew for that? Hell no. So it will cost us 9 fuel to travel there, and it will take some time. And the guy, that's right, we send him. So we will take him away, cancel. We will move him for now, and we will assign this guy to him, and we will send him with us instead. So, and as we can see, our Crusader is damaged, so we will repair him, and then we'll launch, and it will take some time. And now we're here. Now time for some combat. As I said earlier, it's a turn-based combat system. So in the bottom we will see the order of a battle, and we will do the attack. So we will start here and create a disruption beam against him. I must say the animation in the battle looks very good for being a pixel game, and so it's lovely to watch. The music we hear, it can be quite repetitive sometimes, but I think it's very good. Here we will use a backstab maneuver, which will disable a ship, which means that if this is success, that ship will not be able to make any attack for some time being. So we hope for the best, and we succeed. As you can see in the bottom left, that portrait is no longer here, and he will not be able to do any attacks for some time. Now we will use our supercharged polarity, because we want him to take most of the damage, because he's tank. We don't want our DPS or our healer support guy to take damage. So, and this is all enemies attack. So we do it, and now they're taunted. This means that he might attack the other guys, but it's less likely. Oh, so it's now my turn again. I will use that against him again. It's my turn again. We will use crew panic against him, and it's success. The guys has in normal battle can evade and do critical damage. So we will, because he's a tank, we want to reinforce him so he take less damage. Now our turn. Let's see what that is. This ship's weapon or disruptor and does reduce damage to 25% damage. If you left click on the enemies, you can read the different attacks and what they do. For example, he has Chaos Cannon and does a base damage of 140 to 133 and have base is of 94 and inflict weapon disruption with 75% likelihood and recover in 1 round, which means that effect is effective for 1 round. Each attack has a cooldown, and this cooldown of 6 rounds, and a recovery, which means it's active for 2 rounds. Now we'll use triple shot, which will attack everyone, and it's successful. I love these effects. Our level 2 guys is not the strongest scientist, so he will not make that great of damage. Let's see here, we will use broadside salvo, which will move vulnerable him and do damage over time. Great. Now we'll make disabling strike. Well, the cameras were easiest, one turn for another, so this takes time. Its spell will take for a couple of minutes, so this is what you will mostly do. There are also ground combat, but in this game I will say it's 80% space combat and 20% ground battles. The only time you ground is when you're when you're in your starbase, when you explore, or when you're discovering a new planet. You can occasionally beam down to the planet and discover some aliens, life forms, and battle them there. That was huge damage, and I think I will destroy him in some time. Let's see here. Now we're dead. Yes, dead now. And I will get some research, victory reward, continue, and I can now the space station that's out here that collects stuff is now free and can now again start to collect stuff. This station has produced 5 dark matter each day and currently holding 0 and can hold up to 199 dark matter. I will choose if I want to evacuate the facility or leave the season alone, and I want to leave it because I want him to produce stuff. If I evacuate, he will no longer produce stuff. And as you can see here, this sign over here, they says that they are full of crew, so we need to collect them. So when we're always here, we will travel over there and collect them. Transfer it for 4 crew members, and we will leave. So now we can look at our objectives. So there's 8 days left on this. I think I will leave this alone because they are quite strong, and the more ships are on the same planet, I need to battle all of them at once. So when I can start with these guys, and when I'm done with them, the next guy will come attack me, and then the next one. So I don't think I'm strong enough to be able to handle all 3 of them at once. So sorry guys, but I think you will die. So we will then travel over here to defend this guy, because it will be destroyed in some couple of days, if I remember correctly. 5 days, right? No, it's over here. Pirates, that's our mission. These pirates asked me for help, but I'm also their enemies, so I said I can help you, but in reality, like, I will help you, but no, I will not help you. You will die by him. I don't care. And we know it's 10 days left before our officer is done, and let's see here, 8 days, and that's 17 days over there, 20 days left over here. But as long as he's here, I cannot collect my materials. So you want to get rid of them as fast as possible, because as long as they're here, the materials that you're holding will decrease over time, and you will not be able to collect them until you have defeat them. So we will send them again, all ship. They are a bit damaged, but I think I will handle it. Oh, let's see here. So the Yellow collected 20 material today, only 2,665 payments left. Yay! So that's the deal, and we will head over to start the time again. As you can see here, we can use space to easily pause and return the time. So something I might think quite known. When you're in battle, you cannot access the option menu. So you're stuck here. So you cannot save, change the volumes, the graphics, resolution, stuff like that, which is quite dumb in my opinion. But you can retreat. But I want to retreat. When you retreat, you will no longer attack, and the enemies will be able to attack you until you have beam away. But the chances are that you will more likely to die when you do that. So I would not recommend it if you mostly need to. So again, so we will start to destroy this guy. He has the lowest HP, so we'll destroy him first. So I will make... First we panic him. And I think he's the strongest guy, because they are most likely the same guy. They have the same type of attack, but he does not. No, he does not, sorry for that. So we will disable him, so we don't have to think about him. Hopefully he no longer is. But unfortunately he did not get disabled. So we have to go for plan B. That will be hope we don't die. So now he's taunt. They will more likely attack him. We will set a shield at him, so he takes less damage. And he get HP. Oh, sorry, it heals everyone, and we get an armor. Okay, read wrong there. Sorry. See here, we will attack him again. And this is more or less the game loop. You travel to start planet, destroy these aliens, and you occasionally speak to different type of alien life forms, and you make diplomatic choice with them, battle them, or make friends with them, and they will give you missions. And if you complete the mission in time, they will give you a reward, or else they will be angry at you. So this is Halcyon 6 Starbase Commander. If you find this game interesting, which I did, you can find it at Steam for €19.99 or region equivalent, or €16.99 before the 5th of September 2016. My name is Gordox, and thank you for watching. If you want to see more from me, hit the subscribe button below and like or dislike if you want. Have a good one.